so it struck me, it's like, I don't want to be who I was in my 20s. Yeah, maybe I had better skin and less wrinkles and no bunions and I was thinner, and I do miss those things. But hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do something really fun. I love skincare and I'm excited to share with you something that I've added to my skincare routine as an extra, just fun little step that actually has had beneficial results for me. But more importantly than that, while I'm showing you that and talking about this little skincare part of my routine, I want to talk about what it means to me to be pro-age or to be pro-aging and positive about the aging process. And this is a topic that I've just been dying to talk about with you guys, to hear what you think about this topic. So I'm very, very excited to hear from you and to share some thoughts I've had about this concept of age and being positive about it. So what I want to share with you guys is Gua Sha, this little tool right here. I don't know if you've tried it at all. It's kind of like a trendy thing right now, I feel like. By the way, it's nighttime. Look at outside. It's nighttime and I'm filming this after I've taken off all my makeup. I love skincare. In fact, for the longest time, I did not have a good skincare routine and would say that I love makeup more, but now I love skincare a lot. I don't know about just as much as makeup, but definitely it's up there. I've noticed better results with my skin with having a better skincare routine. And so I think that's one reason why I love it. Now this video is not gonna go into my skincare routine of the products that I use regularly. This is like a bonus thing because I don't do Gua Sha every night. I do it once in a while and it's like a fun little treat. So sometime I will do a dedicated video on those products, but right now I'm missing one of the main products that I think has been helping my skin a lot. I just reordered it, but I've noticed my face kind of breaking out a little bit more. You can't see super well in this lighting, but a little bit on my forehead and here and stuff. So I'm gonna wait to do that video topic. But okay, so Gua Sha, what it's known for is being helpful for one, they say it helps with wrinkles. I don't know for sure if it does. I haven't noticed that. I don't use it every night, but it makes sense that it could help somewhat with wrinkles because you're pressing against the skin and massaging out those wrinkles. Also, it's supposed to be good for like lymphatic drainage, draining the toxins from your face, which is awesome. But also I read in an article, they said that it's kind of like foam rolling for your face. So foam rolling is awesome for your muscles, but what it is, it's like, it's kind of massaging out like the fascia in your muscles. And that is the benefit that I have actually noticed results from, because my right ear will sometimes just start hurting a lot, and it's caused from the fact that I clench my jaw. I hold a lot of tension here when I'm stressed and uptight, and actually I wear a mouth guard at night because I do grind my teeth or clench my teeth, and I was wearing my teeth down, so I had to start wearing a mouth guard. I actually wear a mouth guard on the top and a retainer on the bottom. But all that to say, I hold a lot of tension in my face. So when I got this, somehow, I don't know if I read it or I figured it out from trial and error, I started using this to massage it out. And last night my ear started hurting, and normally I have just gone to the chiropractor like if it doesn't go away, because it has lasted me like days where my ear is just like, it hurts to the touch and it's just really uncomfortable. And the chiropractor can fix it pretty quickly, but this is cheaper than going to the chiropractor, even though I still need to go to the chiropractor. But it's awesome to have this tool because, so yesterday, like I said, my ear was hurting. I did this on my ear, just really massaged it out, and today my ear is not hurting at all. So that's, to me, pretty incredible. So if you suffer from jaw pain, definitely pick one of these up. I got this on Amazon. It came in a set with a jade roller. For me personally, I'm gonna take my earrings out while we talk. For me personally, I like the Gua Sha better than the jade roller. I don't know why I can't say that right. Because I feel like it's just a little bit more heavier handed, more of a deeper massage, but it depends on what your preference is. I'm sure some people might like the softer touch of the jade roller and other people might like the more intense nature of the Gua Sha. So the oil I'm going to use to apply it, because it's best if you put something on your skin first. You don't want to just use it usually like dry on your face, because that can create drag against your skin. But I just made this little oil. It's a mixture of grapeseed oil, tea tree oil, and lavender oil. I don't think it's like this magic oil that's super amazing for my skin or anything, but it's just cheap. It's stuff I had on hand, and I like it the best for applying the Gua Sha because it's like super oily and works really well to have that like slick canvas to use the Gua Sha. I do sometimes use the Gua Sha with my other skincare, but this works well. So I've got just a little bit on my hand. You can see it. And I'm gonna emulsify it in my hands. I did go to beauty school and we learned about emulsifying in our hands. So I'm gonna apply it on my face now. It feels so good to put an oil on your face at night after you take off all your makeup. Such a great feeling. I love it. Okay, so I'm not really gonna talk about how I'm using the Gua Sha because I want to talk about this pro-aging topic that I'm just so excited to talk about. Age is something that when you turn 30, it's like you suddenly start thinking about, but before that, I mean, I guess when I was 29, I was like, I'm turning 30 next year, but it's just something that I feel like has been on my mind a lot more. Okay, so actually I'm gonna take my necklace off too. So it's funny how I feel like when you start turning 30, 31, so I'm 32 now, you start noticing your body changing. Like suddenly, I remember just one day, like waking up and seeing the beginning of a wrinkle, like my first wrinkle on my forehead. And I'm like, oh no, I'm getting a wrinkle. I did really freak out. I'm like, well, maybe it's just like not, like maybe I just need to moisturize more or whatever. But I definitely have a line that's starting here. You can't see it very much, but also another fun sign of aging that I've noticed is I'm getting bunions on my feet. Isn't that real joyous? That's super fun. And just the difference in like the fact that I used to be able to eat whatever I wanted and not a problem, and now I'm like, I do have to watch more what I eat. I do need to exercise. Like I'm not the same size that I used to be, and my metabolism isn't the same. And I know it's just gonna get less fast, my metabolism, the older I get. So I've already noticed a few changes. I know it may sound silly if you're older than 30, if you're 40, 50, 60, and you're watching this and you're like, all right, come on now. But you do notice a difference, I think, when you get into your 30s. So I started having this like big fear of getting older, and I don't know if it was just because, and I've talked about this off and on about my channel, but it's been like a big part of like turning 30. I don't know if it was a lot because I am single, a single mom, and you have that vulnerable feeling of like, I don't want to die alone. Like, I don't want to get old alone. Like, what if I never meet someone when I'm older? And that's a whole nother topic that I want to do a video on, this idea of thinking that you have to meet someone when you're young and that you're not going to meet someone when you're older, because that's ridiculous. I'm going to do a video on that topic. But yeah, just a lot of these fears about getting older, and oh, I don't want to like have gray hairs. I don't want to have wrinkles and all this stuff. And I even considered, and I shared with it on Instagram stories, thinking about letting my hair grow out gray. So I have a number of gray hairs, and this was my thought process was I had seen so many gals on Instagram that are part of this like, you know, going gray community, the Silver Sister kind of community. And I love the fact that they were emanating like positive messages about aging and accepting their gray hair. And so many of them look gorgeous with their gray hair. And I thought I would love to be a part of that, like promoting positivity about getting older and about accepting gray hair. And I also thought maybe if I let my hair go gray, that it would help me be more accepting of getting older. Well, I really considered it for a few days, and then I did decide to color my hair. So my hair is colored again. I had like this much grow out, so I was like, well, it would be a good time to just let it keep growing out. But I did decide to color it. I realized too that I don't need to like let go of doing certain things to upkeep myself to accept aging. Like, it's totally fine to want to do things to keep yourself looking fresh, whatever that means to you. If you want to let it go gray and you love that, then do that. But if you don't, it's not like we have to let our hair go gray to accept getting older. Now, I did a whole video about my thoughts on Botox and breast implants, which you should definitely check out if you're curious about my thoughts on that topic. But I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be doing any of that kind of stuff. I do want to make choices for myself that are, one, promoting positive aging, not only for myself and my own thought process, but also for others. But also I want to be wise with my money and wise with my health as well, with the choices that I make. But like I said, I've thought a lot about this being pro-aging concept, and it kind of struck me again this last week when I watched a video of a very popular makeup YouTuber, and she had this procedure done on her face, and she said, I just want to look like what I looked like in my 20s, with her face being more lifted and all of that. And I thought about that, and this poor gal, her face was like so puffy and red. She was recovering from this procedure, and you know, it's her decision to do that procedure. That's totally up to her. But I thought, you know, it's kind of sad that we are stuck as a culture wanting to be in our 20s, wanting to be eternally young and idolizing youth. When I think about myself in my early 20s, who I was at that time, and I don't want to go back to being that person. Like, who I am now at 32 and what God has done in my life is irreplaceable. You know, what the work God has done in my life, how he's grown me, matured me, the things that I have learned to be more compassionate about, more sensitive about, less judgmental about, like all those things that God has taught me. I wouldn't want to go back to who I was in my 20s. And so it struck me, it's like, I don't want to be who I was in my 20s. Yeah, maybe I had better skin and less wrinkles and no bunions and I was thinner. And I do miss those things. But if we look past just the surfacey aspects of being a certain age, like who we were at that time, I think most of us would say we don't want to go back to that age. We don't want to go back to who we were then. And you know, I've shared this verse so many times, but it's in 2 Corinthians, and I'll put it up here. I've shared it on multiple videos, but it's my favorite verse about aging, and it talks about how though our outer body is fading away, inwardly we're being renewed day by day. And I think that gets to what I'm talking about, is we don't want to be the same person that we were in our 20s. And I am 32 now, and hopefully in 10 years from now, when I'm 42, I won't say, oh yeah, I wish I was who I was when I was 32. I hope I will say, God has made me more and more like him in, you know, the next 10 years, and I don't want to go back to who I was then. And that's our ultimate goal. And so I was just thinking, what if being pro-aging, part of it is looking at who we are more than just, you know, skin deep, but looking at the work God has done in our life over the years and being thankful for that and not wanting to go back. You know, it talks a lot in the Bible about not looking back, but pressing forward, pressing towards the prize. And so I think pro-aging, I think that is such a positive way to look at aging, is pressing forward, not looking back, not wishing to be something that we don't even want to be, you know, not focused on the surfacey things. And then I think pro-aging also means not having an image in our mind of age or being more mature. I don't like the word old, being more mature as being like dowdy or being unattractive or not fashionable. Like, I think that's so ridiculous, that image that we have in our mind that women have to look a certain way at a certain age or something. Because I've started following a number of women that are kind of in that Silver Sisters, like going gray community. They're in their like later 50s, I guess a couple of women. And I've really enjoyed following them because it has helped me to see that there are women out there that are still into fashion at that age, still take care of themselves, look beautiful, and they're even, you know, enjoying doing things on social media. Because I even had that thought of like, when I get to a certain age, maybe I can't make YouTube videos anymore. And that's so ridiculous, because there's always going to be people your age out there. So that has helped me with a positive image of what I could be like or look like when I get older. Is I could still be into fashion, I can still be into makeup, I can take care of my skin, I can enjoy beauty and all of those things at whatever age we are at. So I think that's also really, really important. If you're not into makeup or fashion or style, that's totally fine. But if you are, it's nice to see other women that are beautiful and taking care of themselves. Okay, now I'm gonna put on, I finished doing that, some Vaseline on my lips. It's like my favorite way to moisturize my lips. I haven't been doing it as much at night, and I definitely notice that my lips start to get dry. I also use this sometimes during the day when I just want like a natural glossy look on my lips. See? But those are kind of some of my thoughts that I've had about being pro-aging. So I want to know what you think, what it means to you to be pro-aging, what your thoughts are on that topic. Do you struggle with getting older? Are you excited about getting older? Maybe you haven't even thought about it very much if you're still in your 20s, or even if you're in your 30s. I would love to know any thoughts you have on this topic. Please like this video if it's been beneficial to you, and I will see you guys next Tuesday in my next video. Alrighty, bye.